What up? It's me, Wall Street, back again. And I just want to make a statement that I believe the Thompson Twins, Amen and Ausar, are the most athletic players in the NBA. It's just pound for pound, I think they are by far the craziest athletes I've seen in the league in a while. Just from the short time that they've been in the NBA so far. They both have shown that they just number one, just out-rebound their position amazingly. Amen just had a game against the, what team was he playing against? I'm not sure, but he was playing against the Lakers, and had 16 rebounds. 6 of those are offensive rebounds. And, after the game, he was pissed because he didn't get 20, right? And he's probably going to get 20 at some point. I just made that video the other day about, can an NBA player average 20-plus rebounds for a season? I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be Amen or Ausar Thompson. Even though they're 6'7", they could easily be the next Dennis Rodman. Either one of them, or both. But they're definitely players that I think are going to average double-digit rebounds throughout the majority of their career. Because, right now at least, they're not great shooters. Neither of them shoot threes very well. So they play more of a big man's game, despite, being a shooting guard or a small forward. So, they're not the first players that have done stuff like this. I feel like Dwayne Wade kind of played a similar way where he played much more inside, despite him being only 6'4". But main point is, when you're athletic like that, you can kind of do that because you're going to make up for, that height difference by jumping over everybody, which is what the Thompson Twins do. And, Amen has been basically the key piece for the Rockets off the bench this season. He's played 33 games, started only 6 of them, but putting up 12.3 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, 1.1 blocks, 1.1 steals, 2.2 assists, and he is shooting 56% from the field. So he's just, he's a piece of what the Rockets are doing altogether. The Rockets in general just have had such a great season, really a breakout season, and have been doing amazing. They have a ton of good young players on their team, like Alperen Sengun. Dylan Brooks is kind of having a little bit of a resurgence. He's a good veteran for that team, even though he's just like a mini Draymond on some level, where he just talks a bunch of shit all game. But he's gotten better. I have to admit, he's not as bad as he was, in terms of talking back when, he was playing against LeBron on the Grizzlies and all that. So, but their team's good. And the fact that Amen Thompson is really thriving on that team and producing the way that he is, both offensively and defensively, is just a really good sign. He could be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, soon. He's only 21 right now. I think he's going to turn 22 here pretty soon, but, just crazy. Absolutely crazy. And Ausar is good, too. He's just been out with injury. And, he'll get back to it, but he's only played about 15 games this season. Hasn't really started a ton of them either. But his per 36 is pretty good. His per 36 is 14.6 points per game, 9.2 rebounds per game, almost 3 steals per game. So, when you have defensive players like this, they typically do thrive on defense, at least for the early part of their career, because while they're just both not really shooting great from three-point range or just outside of the paint, honestly, they're going to have to rely on another skill to kind of get them minutes. So neither of them is shooting above 30% from 3. Ausar is shooting 22% from 3, and Amen is shooting not much better at 24.4% per game. So they have some improving to do, but the fact that they get after it and rebound, I've said it so many times on my channel that players that rebound and just go out there and play defense hard, that's more impressive to me than scoring 100 points. All right, all right, let me backpedal a little bit. If you score 100 points, that's pretty crazy. But like if you score 40 points and you play no defense, I'd rather see a guy score 15 points and grab 20 rebounds as a guard, like, or as a big dude, whatever. Like, but if you're a guard and you do that, goat it. So, you know, they're just crazy athletic, though. I mean, it's interesting because there's been so many like cases of twins in the NBA recently. I mean, the first ones that I remember were like the Morris twins, Marcus and Markieff Morris. Also went back to back in the lottery, like Ausar and Amen. But they were not like athletic players for the most part. Like they were kind of like stretch fours, would rebound a little bit, but mainly like 3-point pick and roll bigs, that type of stuff. Weren't gonna like jump out of the gym. And you know, you have like the Curry brothers. They're not necessarily the most athletic. They just are both great shooters. You have the Champagny twins. You know, Julian and Justin Champagny also doing their thing. They're pretty athletic. They get after it, you know, in terms of rebounding and defense for sure. You know, you have the Lopez twins. Robin Lopez isn't in the league anymore, but Brooke Lopez still doing his thing for the Bucks. It's just crazy. I mean, I guess it's like it's so hard to make the NBA in general. So it's like one thing to have the skill set. It's another thing to have like the body type. And if you're an identical twin, like, and one of them's going to make the NBA, it's pretty high likelihood that the other one could probably make the league too, right? I mean, they're basically clones on some level genetically. So, you know, that's not supposed to be a dig at identical twins. I think you guys are awesome. But yeah, man, the Thompson twins are out of this world. They're going to be really good. I think they're both going to be all-stars, both going to be all-defense candidates throughout their career. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of numbers they put up, you know, next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, because they're going to start to get more solidified in their rotations and really just make an impact. They've already gotten so much better since last year, too, that I'm excited to see what the future holds. It's going to be super interesting. So let me know if you agree with my statement, though. Do you think the Thompson twins are the most athletic players in the league? I want to know your thoughts. Want to know what you think. But if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, I'll catch you guys with the next one. Stay safe. Take it easy. Watch some basketball. And stand on business. Peace.